Well, good morning, everyone. Actually, happy Easter. It's that time of year when we get out here and ride, for some of us. And this brings up a very good point. You know, I thought I'd do a video on age, because I'm getting to the point, I think I'm 57 now. I kind of need a calculator. But yeah, 57 years old. So the question is, you know, when is it time to give up riding? You know, I know there's a lot of followers that tune into my channel that are my age and even older, and that's awesome. And you guys are well aware of how nice it is to ride and just get out there and, you know, feel that freedom and relieve the stress. It's just a great feeling, and people that has never ridden a motorbike would not understand. But today, in this day and age, with these type of motorbikes, that's why I bought an automatic. I've covered that many times in my videos. I wanted to get out here and ride and not have the complication. I mean, I have a lot of gadgets and tech and all stuff, you know, but these are things that just make it a little more convenient for riding, like GPS, the CarPlay, and, you know, the cams are just for the recording, of course, but you don't need any of that. Honestly, you really don't. Yeah, to just get out here and ride is the key. You don't need the tech, simple speedometer, and you're good to go. So when is it too late? You know, I guess it's one of those questions you got to ask yourself. As riders, we all love that freedom, you know, of two wheels, but ability, you need to take that consideration, because last thing you want to do is get out here on two wheels and not have the dexterity or not have the awareness of stuff going on around you. It's common sense, really. But there's some people that I would feel maybe ride to a point where they don't even realize what they're doing anymore, just kind of like a car. You know, if you get to an age where it's hard for you to drive a vehicle, I mean, we see it all day long on the road. Yeah, you got to be concerned, because when you're on two wheels, it makes the task even more difficult, right? So yeah, safety and ability always come first. You got to really be honest with yourself and say, is it time to quit? I've seen many riders out there on the road with bikes that are, you know, you can tell they're up there in age, because a lot of them don't wear helmets and things. And, you know, again, a helmet's a personal choice. I only wear one because, well, it's kind of hard to film a moto vlog without a helmet, because there's nowhere to put a camera. So that's mainly one of the reasons I do it. Of course, safety too, yes. But I think the main reason is because I like to film these moto vlogs, you know, and you kind of need a place for your camera, so that makes sense. But I've ridden around my neighborhood plenty of times without a helmet on, just like, you know, the back roads and stuff. It's a choice, you know. I take a chance, but hell, I'm only going like 15, 20, 25 miles an hour, just like this. So that's fine. But I always wear a helmet when I get on the major roads, because I really think it's important. I want to be around a while. I don't want to be I don't want to pass over quite yet. There's a lot that I feel that I have to do, and there's a lot to live for yet. I'm only 57. Hell, if I lived to 100, think about it. I'm only a little more than half my life that I've spent here. So I got a long way to go, and I'm gonna have some fun, damn it. You know, I'm gonna have some fun, and that's what this riding is about. I'm still gonna enjoy life, just because I'm nearing 60. No reason to hang it up yet. I still have my dexterity and my awareness that I can ride two wheels just fine. Well, what helps with that is the lack of complication. Like, if you're new to my channel, this video, or this bike, is an automatic. It is a Honda ADV 150, right? Simple, twist and go. Look, twist, go, and you have your two brakes up here, so you don't have a clutch. You know, this is actually a brake on the left. So I bought a bike because I missed riding. I share this story a lot. When I was a teenager, before I could even drive a car, I convinced my mom and dad to hey, can you help me buy a moped. It was one of those Tomos, you know, black, almost the same color as this, black and tan, and I think it was like a 49cc engine. So it wasn't like very powerful or anything, but yeah, I bought that moped because I enjoyed being on two wheels. We rode the daylights out of those things, man. We like had 3 of us, and we would ride all over our town, like for like the entire day on a tank of gas or more, you know, 2 days, 3 days on a tank of gas. And back then in the 80s, I mean, hell, gas was cheap. So that was a lot of fun. Well, fast forward, you know, decades later, I'm like, you know what, it'd be kind of fun to ride again. But the thing is, I don't want a big, heavy, complicated bike. I mean, I don't want a heavy bike. I don't have the dexterity. I don't have the strength anymore as I did when I was in my 20s and 30s. So, you know, you got to weigh that too. What kind of bike you want? So this little 150cc scooter is perfect. You know, they call it a scooter, but yeah, not too bad looking. Kind of looks like a motorbike, especially from the front. So see, if you're riding, nobody would know coming this direction what you even have. But yeah, I like it. I mean, it's I've had it now for, I think this is 2021, and I don't ride nearly as much as I should, but I still work full time. I have 2 YouTube channels actually, so finding the time to ride with family and everything's been a little challenging. But I managed to get out here, and I think this summer I'm going to do it a lot more. But yeah, you just start it up, twist and go. You know, that's all there is. This AOC CarPlay thing I got recently, I did a video on that a while back. This is pretty cool. I just keep my GPS unit up, and it syncs with my Android Auto. There we go. So see, I got my GPS right there, big nice display. I know where I'm going here, but like if I get off the beaten path, I have a nice clear GPS representation. That's why I like the 5-inch screen here. That's pretty cool. But anyway, where was I? But yeah, as we age, you know, there's a lot of things that start going down the toilet, right? Got your vision, got your dexterity, got your strength. You know, all those things tend to sink, I call it. You know, I was always really fit. I mean, I played ball. I lifted weights all my life. I was always that. I missed that strength and the physical ability that I used to have. So I could not, you know, get a bike that was really complicated, and I don't want an 800-pound bike and shifting and all that. I mean, I can ride them, yeah, but you know, it's just, this is way more comfortable, and just I'm not intimidated by it whatsoever. And some of you that are my age or older, and maybe even younger, you know what chronic pain is all about. I mean, I have my chronic pain. It's not like where it's debilitating, but I have my aches and pains just like everyone else. In my knees and, you know, back. Not so much like where it prevents me from riding, but yeah, it is what it is when you get older. Yeah, I would love to live in this neighborhood. Check that out. That would be my house right there if I had my choice, or any one of these really. I had a video comment recently. A gentleman said, suburban hell you live in. I guess you could say, depending on how you view that, it could be suburban paradise, right? Yeah, I mean, it's all how you look at things in life. But with the advancement in age, you start losing some of that stuff. Like I said, you know, quick decision making. If you got to swerve, you know, or something in the, you know, the older you get, the more likely you are to have that a delay. So I'm curious, you guys, I know some of you, I follow some of your channels too, but if you don't mind, put in the comments what your age is and anything else you want to add. But I'm just curious. I know from analytics that the range of people that watch these videos are from all over, like from 20 to 70, you know. But I know some of you are up there like me or even older, so make a comment, let me know how old you are. What is the biggest concern you have with age? And I'll tell you mine. I think mine is, the older I get, the more simplicity that I need and require. You know, this is great. Like my son has a Harley, I say that often, and to me it's just more complication with heaviness and shifting and even starting, because it's got the old choke mechanism. Yeah, I don't want to deal with any of that. And I really think if I had something like that, I probably wouldn't even ride it. I get a lot of comments all the time where people say, you know, this thing is so easy. And I agree, it is. I guess they're closed on Easter. I can't tell if, I don't see any golfers out there. Being Easter Sunday, they might be closed. And that's one reason, like I said, I like my little shorter jaunts around just the subdivisions and stuff. Not that I'm afraid to go out on the major roads and stuff, but I don't want to ride on highways. I have no desire to ride on a highway. I've shown that before on this bike. It can do it, but I don't enjoy it. This is what I enjoy. And what's the difference what you enjoy? That's a personal decision. So yeah, if you want a big heavy bike to ride across the country, perfect. You know, that's your choice. I would like to do that too someday. But the bike's going to depend on, you know, what you do most of. And for me, most of the time, I just want to get on this thing and, you know, share my rides. And they're really short, they're around the neighborhood and stuff. Now I will get out on the beaten path once in a while. You've seen my videos like that. But I would say the majority of the time, I bought the bike for the application that I'm going to do mostly. And that's all you got to do. It's really that simple. Well, always a car in suburbia. You got to be really aware. And that, again, when you get when you age, your awareness, I see that when I feel that way when I drive sometimes, that when I'm looking both ways and stuff, I'm kind of like second guessing myself. I'll look a couple times. It's just your awareness tends to just get worse over time. And that's just from your brain, and you're just aging, so you don't have that awareness that you once had. Short par 3. It's a nice hit, actually. Did it make it? Did it make it? Yeah. Can't complain about that. So every rider's journey has a beginning and an end, right? And you got to be honest with yourself when that end is going to come up. And it's mainly about safety and your ability to ride any longer. I'm curious if anyone of you has hit that threshold. You know, leave it in the comments, because you may be watching my videos, but you may not ride anymore because of that reason. So if you have that scenario, let me know, and maybe share why you finally decided to put the two wheels away, or even, you know, go into a trike system, sidecar, you know, whatever you still like to enjoy getting out and doing. You know, nothing wrong with that. So I know a lot of you leave comments, and I get a kick out of reading them. I say it all the time. So leave a comment below and let me know again what your age is, if you stopped riding because of physical limitations or something else, and we'll talk in the comments, okay? So yeah, if you're contemplating about giving up riding, you got to do it with dignity, like anything else. You just got to be honest with yourself. You know, every time I get out and ride, I've shared this before, this really helps with your awareness and your dexterity. It's just to find a parking lot and kind of go back and forth in the spaces. I know your youngsters are laughing at me like, ah, you old fart, we don't have to do that. But you know what? The more you are more familiar with your bike, doing this stuff when it's not an emergency is going to make it a lot easier to do when you have to do it with reflexes only. But see, the nice thing about a bike like this is you can do this stuff. It's a lot easier to do this than in a car. I mean, you can do this in a vehicle, but it's so much nicer. Like, this is a little gravel. I mean, I'm not going to take my car back here and mess around with all that. So that's why I like this bike, just to get out here and, you know, I could ride across this field if I really wanted to. Hear the dogs back there barking from the shelter. Yeah, this is kind of cool back here. This right here, guys, is why I love a bike like this. It's not loud, it's not obnoxious, you don't draw attention to yourself. You can just get on this thing and go anywhere you want. It's got the off-road capability, so if I really did want to ride around and off the pavement, it handles it no problem. Of course, I stay on the pavement because I don't want to hit a hole or something that I can't see, you know, just common sense. But yeah, I love this little thing. It gets me out there, and instead of sitting on the couch, I can get out here and ride and just enjoy it. Got all those dogs over there. Ah, be quiet. They're probably like, who is that guy? Who is that guy? I'm causing a disturbance. I better get on my bike. Do you hear all those dogs? You can't see them from the cam, but there's probably like 25 dogs over there. Really giving them a rough time. One dog starts barking, 50 of them start barking. What can you do? What can you do? Well, guys, if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching this video. Like I said, I have more planned this summer. Try to get out there a little bit more than I have in the past, hopefully. And stretch out and get out some, show some different scenery, you know, get some longer rides in where I can, you know, enjoy the surroundings a little bit more than just suburbia hell, as you call it. But I don't mind it. Like I said, I don't mind it one bit. So anyway, if you do like a car play like this, there's a link below to it if you're interested. But I think I have a discount code for folks. But I like it. I mean, I mainly just use it for GPS, but there's all kind of things you can use it for. And with this thing I got in the Bluetooth here on my helmet, I could actually talk to people no problem while I'm riding through my phone. So yeah, a lot of tech on this bike, you know, aftermarket stuff. But it just makes the riding more comfortable. Peace of mind type stuff. Not to mention the cams I have on the front and back of the bike with this airplay. See if I can, let's see if I can get to that. To, oh, exit. Haha, see that exit? There you go, doy. So I'm exiting now. What I can do, you got the panel here, like I showed in the other video. So this is like your speedometer. Pretty cool. I don't have my tire gauge things on because they're a little heavy, but you can put your tire pressure monitoring gauges, comes with this, so you could see your front and back. You know, I might do that because I don't go super fast, so I might give that a try. Why not? But it's got your compass here. Yeah, pretty cool. What else we got here? This. Yeah, so see, this is the front view. And that's the back view. So technically, I could keep this back view on. Or did it switch? It switched on me, let's see. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure this out. I don't like to do it when I'm actually rolling. I want the rear view, there we go. Alright. So now, I could always see what's going on behind me, not only with my two mirrors. So I'm going to leave this on a while. But I think that's pretty cool. Really nice cameras. I think they're 1080. So, really good quality. Feel like Inspector Gadget on this puppy. Got all these tools, man. Alright, let's go. So see now, I got my rear view view on, so I can see what's going on behind me in case some car comes flying up. It's just nice to have peace of mind. Oh yeah, and these are always recording in a loop, so you got the proof of what happened around you at all times. It's like every 60 seconds it records a new loop. That is really clear. My goodness. Seems like this is more clear than my GoPros, actually. Wow. Now, how am I going to get past the geese? Good question. Don't even think about it, geeseman. Don't even think about it. Woohoo! Made it. I have seen geese chase people, and that would not be fun when you're riding a motorbike. Well guys, thanks again for watching. And like I said, enjoy your Easter, and we shall see you on the next one. Guys, take care.